I am Dr. Ajay Kumar Patra, former Professor of Zoology, Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Today I am going to explain something about herd immunity. Last night, that was 22nd May 2020, from one of the active Odia television channels of the state, Odisha, I kept watch a debate on herd immunity against novel human coronavirus 19. In that debate, one senior doctor, one senior reporter, and one senior social worker had taken participation. However, I don't feel well after listening to their arguments. Rather, I ponder that each one didn't give proper justice to the subject concerned. The doctor claimed in order to develop herd immunity or community immunity, it is essential that about two-thirds people of the total population of the concerned region or state should suffer from virus. As a result, all the people of that community for sure will develop immunity against virus. Community infection and community immunity are complementary to each other. Doctor claims thus he has given much importance to community infection. Contradictory to doctor's statement, both the senior reporter and social worker assigned fault to doctor, opining that his postulation might impact adversely on the society and thus discredited him vehemently. As an environmentalist, I am also a scientist. I support Dr. Babu. Of course, Dr. Babu fails to put forth his stand in a proper scientific manner. That was his mistake. Here I feel right to explain the statement of doctor in a lucid way. Firstly, there is no vaccine or medicine against this unknown and unseen virus. Whenever any area or state or country suffer from this deadly virus, in preparatory stage it spread first. And it spread to such an extent that within a short span of time it infects about two-thirds population of the concerned area. Rest of the one-third healthy people being influenced by the infected people develop within their bodies sufficient immunities to fight against novel human coronavirus 19. Also, the people who get cure from infection develop in their bodies sufficient immunity power. The rest of the one-third people and the people cured from infection together are called herd immunity or community immunity. It is research-based truth. Here I take to cite a warning example. In Wuhan city of China, when first time novel human coronavirus 19 appears in preliminary stage, this deadly, highly contagious virus takes only a short time to infect about two-thirds people. The government of China soon enforces lockdown and then shutdown principles in that city in order to stop further spreading of infection to other nearby cities. And thus the government becomes successful in eradication of this deadly virus. Nearer to the end of this infection, it is found that almost all people of that city develop sufficient immunities or antibodies in their bodies. This is exactly called herd immunity or community immunity. This further clarifies that two-thirds infected people indirectly or directly had to develop immunity power, that is, creation of sufficient antibodies amongst themselves, also amongst one-third healthy people. Now the one city develops to normal condition. Might be Dr. Babu's presentation is not proper. Nevertheless, his motive, his thought, and his objective are undoubtedly genuine. Please keep in mind, nobody invites virus. Virus comes all of a sudden and either disappears or remains in dormant condition in course of time. The virus before leaving does for sure certain demerits but also does much more merits. Just see, in case of New York City, in comparison to initial rate of infection or mortality. The present rate is far lesser and far better. This is because of herd immunity or community immunity. In India too, in the state of Maharashtra, in comparison to the infection rate, the mortality rate is far less. Also, exactly the same case in our state Odisha. Here too, the rate of mortality is far and far lesser than the infection rate. Besides, there are three more immune systems in and around our body. There are first acquired or born immunity. There are certain people who by birth carry with them enough immunity to fight against virus or bacteria or parasites. Secondly, environmental immunity. Natural environment, that is countryside, wild and healthy environment, plays important role to develop maximum immunity in their bodies. For instance, my grandson living with parents in Bangalore visits my village during summer vacation and every day baths with village children in the river. Soon, grandson suffers from cold, cough and sneezing, whereas the village children never suffer. Developed immunity. In this category, people develop their body immunity by taking healthy foods like orange, guava, lemon, blackberry, that is vitamin C, and by facing the morning sunlight, that is vitamin D. Joy Hind.